I've always been fascinated by the occult, drawn to the darkness that lies just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. My insatiable curiosity led me down a treacherous path, one that I would soon come to regret. Little did I know that my desire to explore the realms of the supernatural would lead me to a chilling encounter with evil itself. It began innocently enough, with a dusty old book I stumbled upon in a forgotten corner of an antique store. Its leather-bound cover was worn and weathered, hinting at the countless hands that had turned its pages before me. Its title, The Possession Experiment, piqued my interest and sent a shiver down my spine. As I delved into the pages, I discovered the dark rituals and forbidden knowledge that lay within. The book spoke of a ritual, a gateway to the spiritual plane, where one could make contact with otherworldly entities. It claimed that by following its instructions, one could harness unimaginable power. Driven by equal parts curiosity and recklessness, I decided to conduct the experiment myself. I gathered the necessary ingredients, candles, incense, and a lock of my own hair. With trembling hands, I drew the arcane symbols on the floor and prepared for what was to come. The room was filled with an eerie silence as I began to chant the incantation, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and anticipation. The air grew heavy, and I felt a presence surround me, a malevolence that sent a shudder through my entire being. Suddenly, a gust of wind extinguished the candles, plunging the room into darkness. Panic surged through me as I realized I had unleashed something beyond my control. A deep, guttural voice filled the room, its words sending chills down my spine. "Who dares summon me?" it boomed, its voice reverberating through the very core of my being. "Summoning all my courage," I replied, my voice barely a whisper. "I seek knowledge, power beyond human limits. I offer myself in exchange. What is your price?" The room fell silent, and I could feel the presence scrutinizing me. The entity's voice filled my mind, a sinister whisper that chilled me to the bone. "Very well," it hissed. "Your soul shall be the price for the knowledge you seek. Do you accept?" Fear coursed through my veins, but the allure of ultimate power clouded my judgment. I nodded, my voice barely audible as I whispered my agreement. Instantly, the room was consumed by darkness. The presence grew stronger, suffocating me with its malevolence. It invaded every corner of my mind, twisting my thoughts and warping my very soul. Days turned into nights, and I became a mere puppet in the hands of the entity. It reveled in tormenting me, inflicting unimaginable horrors upon my weakened spirit. Shadows danced across the walls, whispering secrets too terrible to comprehend. As my body withered away, my mind became a twisted landscape of despair. The entity reveled in my suffering, feeding off my pain like a vulture feasting on carrion. I had traded my humanity for a taste of power, and now I was paying the price. But even in the depths of despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. A small ember of resistance burned within me, a flicker of the person I once was. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I fought back against the entity's control. Days turned into weeks, and I struggled against the dark force that had consumed me. I reached out to the few people who still cared for me, seeking their help in breaking free from the entity's grip. Together, we embarked on a perilous journey to undo the ritual that had bound me to the darkness. Through ancient texts and the guidance of a wise old sage, we pieced together the fragments of a counter-ritual that would sever my connection to the entity. The night of the ritual arrived, and I stood at the center of the circle once again. But this time, the symbols I drew were not ones of summoning, but of banishment. With each word of the incantation, I could feel the entity's grip loosen. Finally, as the last syllable left my lips, the room was filled with blinding light. The entity howled in agony as it was forcibly ripped away from me, banished back to the depths from whence it came. I collapsed to the ground, drained but victorious. The ordeal had left its mark on my soul, a scar that would never fully heal. I had glimpsed the true face of evil and narrowly escaped its clutches. The possession experiment had taught me a valuable lesson. The pursuit of power and forbidden knowledge comes at a grave cost. It is a dangerous game, one that can consume you and leave you broken. As I gathered the remnants of my shattered life, I vowed to never again dabble in the dark arts. The scars that adorned my soul would serve as a constant reminder of the price I had paid, a testament to the horrors that lurk beyond the veil of our reality.